What is going up, everybody? So we're going to be talking about how to grow a Robinhood account. We're going to be talking about how to grow it roughly 40% each month. We're going to be taking 5 trades, going for 2% each day. This is for someone with a more conservative trading style, but over time it will build up to a lot more money. And the reason why I want to do it with Robinhood is because you do not have to pay commissions. So if you do have a smaller account, commissions aren't going to eat up most of it. So if you use Thinkorswim, you're going to be paying upwards of $6.95 per trade, rather than just using Robinhood and actually getting those trades for free. So we are going to be talking about how to find stocks, how to use Thinkorswim to incorporate the charts and the buying and selling on Robinhood. Alright, so the first way that I would recommend finding stocks to trade is just by going on Findes. Findes is a stock scanner and a stock screener, so it filters out stocks that meet your criteria if you can't afford a more expensive stock scanner like Trade Ideas or any other more expensive stock scanners. This one is 100% free, so you don't have to worry about paying for it because they can get pricey, guys. So the first thing that I would recommend doing is changing the price. You're going to want to go to the bottom left here. Under the screener here, there's going to be this little price tab. Make sure it's on all, because it's going to put the descriptive, fundamental, and technical all in one, so you don't have to worry about jumping in between. Alright, so click it, and then what I would recommend doing is going any stock under $20, because if you have $100, you will be able to have 5 or 6, you can be able to buy 5 or 6 shares, however much money you have and however much that stock is. So the next thing that I would recommend doing is changing this average volume tab. This is going to be one of the most important parts here, because volume moves the stock. It's very simple. The more people that are buying the stock, the more that the stock's going to move. So we're going to want to go over 500K. That means over 500 shares traded. Alright, so let that load. Alright, now the next thing is relative volume. Relative volume is pretty much just the demand for the stock in short terms. So if you have a really high relative volume, there's going to be a really high demand for the stock. But as you get over 5 or 10, it just gets really crazy. The stock will often be running way too, the price change will be way too much, so we would be getting at a higher price. We want it to be over anywhere from over 0.75, 1, or even 1.5. One of these three. Let's just start off with 1. And let's see. So now we filtered all the way down to 218 stocks right there. That's our total. So the next thing that we can do is we can change this. Where is it? Oh, pattern. Pattern is going to be just the overall direction of the stock. We want it to be going up, channel up, or channel up strong. So in between here, guys. So we're going to just start off with channel up, and if it filters out too many, then we can deal with it. But it looks like there's 11. So now you guys can change this if you want to change the sector or pretty much anything, or float short, just anything, guys. You guys can do that, but this is just kind of the general direction that I would start doing, because now if you look at it, we have a lot more stocks that are, whoops, I accidentally clicked on that ad there. We have a lot more stocks that are looking strong. So now we're going to want to go under charts. This is where we kind of start getting into the Thinkorswim part of it. So let's actually just pull up one. So now we have the Thinkorswim chart up here. We have the volume down here. And then these 4 lines are moving average lines. These are going to become very, very important into it. But before that, we're gonna have let's do, actually we can just leave this. We can just leave this up. All right, so now pull back up the Findes, and now we're gonna just start looking for stocks with upward trends. So EBR up, looking strong. Looks like it recently tapped a support level. Now it's pushing up. All right, so let's pull this one up, EBR. So this is the next thing, is just finding stocks that are strong. So EBR, this is the daily chart. We want to go to the yearly chart. I'll show you how to get there. Just click time frame, change 5 days. You can either change it to 360, 180, just one of these. We can just start off with 180. Let's just go the hour chart right there. All right, so now let it load. All right, so now looking at it, we can see, okay, it has an upward trend. It had a recent breakout of resistance here. So broke through this resistance, and now it tapped it once, tapped it twice. So now we can pretty much clarify that this right here, this trend line is a new support line. And let's see, so it should be coming up on actually no, I drew the trend line wrong. We want to touch all the major tops. All right, so now let's remove this one. Where is it? Remove drawing. All right, so now it looks like it is breaking over this trend line right here. So we should have some sort of pullback, possibly back down to the 850 mark. We would like it to come to like 850, because that's where this support level is. But it realistically will come to like 865, 870 in here, and continue to rally up. So that's what I think will happen. I think, there's really no moves for this stock right now. So let's just continue to look. All right. So, all right, this one's up too much. So we're just looking for stocks that are something like this. Let's see what this one looks like. PVG. All right, so I'm just doing quick. Okay, so now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mark the all these support levels. So there's a support level here, support level here, and then resistance in here. There's just resistance in this range. Okay, so now looking at past history, we're going to be looking to see what happens if it breaks over the 200 moving average line. That is this yellow line right here. This just takes the past 200 days and filters out the closing price of each, for those of you. And these lines act as support or resistance points. So the stock that is pushing up, you guys see how the sellers, shorted it right back down. So that's what is likely to happen. But the buyers from the 9 moving average line are most likely to buy. So we'll have a little fight in between here. But looking back at past history, let's see where it broke through. So when it broke through, we had a surge of buying pressure almost every time. So here, even here, we had, let's change this drawing tool to here. So this right here is 2%. So that would hit our goal for the day. So it hasn't broke through yet. This one broke through and pushed up here, 5% pre-market. Could have got in with a 2.5%. Good. broke through. So pretty much almost every single time that it broke through through this 200 moving average line, we had some buying pressure. 1%. That one's a little weaker. So we're just looking back at past history. So this one, when this one broke through, this is a very, very common trend. So what will happen is we'll have a ton of buying pressure, and then a sell-off, and then it will come back down and tap the 200 moving average line, and then get bought back up and continue to rally. So that is just pretty much just a good overall breakout tool. Happen again, push, break through, comes back down, taps 200 moving average line, pressure buys it back up. All right, this one, same thing, comes back down, or breaks through, comes back down, taps it, slow buying pressure back up. So now looking at it, we can pretty much clarify that almost every single time that it breaks through this 200 moving average line, we have a lot of buying pressure. See this one right here. This one had a huge rush here. Okay, comes down, taps it, pushes back up. See, so this one acts as a very strong support line, which is good for our favor. Okay, so now let's go back to. So now we have this huge selling pressure. Let's see if there's any sort of news on it. The 23rd, so that was 3 days ago. Okay, so I mean, there's news on it. All right, what's this? This one looks interesting, this article. All right. Each person cut to $12 per share from I don't know what that means. Okay. All right, so pretty much what we're going to do for this stock here is we're coming close to this 200 moving average line right now, and it looks like it just broke over it. So we're going to actually set an alert here at let's just go 53. We're going to set an alert. So now when this stock hits 753, we'll get notified. And the reason why I want to do 753 right here, is because so as it breaks over, we can get in for a scalp. So this stock will most likely bounce during the market hours on Monday because it's breaking over this 200 moving average line, which is a very strong support line. So if it breaks over and we go long at 753 or 754, we can set our stops right below it at 745, because whole dollars and half dollars act as strong support or resistance points. So it's very easy to understand. So $8, this will act as a strong support line or a resistance point, whatever it breaks through. So as it's breaking through the 750 mark, we can use that as our support line. And you might be saying, Carter, why don't you go in at 750? Is because that could be a possible resistant point. So if we get a breakthrough and we go in at 754, we can use that for our bounce, and we don't have to worry about it really. We do, but we can be smart about it. So so taking 2% trades. So if we take 2% trades each day, 5 days a week, that would be 10% each week, and then there's 4 weeks. That's 40% each month just by taking trades like this. So looking at it, it is coming up to, it did tap this previous support line right here. So we could actually set another alert right here just so we get notified again. So now if this stock comes across this 669 mark, because that is a very, very strong support line, we'll get pushed back up. So I think we do have some room to push up, and our profit one should be roughly you know 775. We could possibly get a push all the way back up to $8. Maybe not in a single day, but in a week span, and that would be let's see, so up to $8. That would be a 6% trade. Easy, easy, guys. So you know that is how to grow a Robinhood account roughly 40% each month just by using Findes. It's very, very simple, and you guys can just go through all of these stocks and actually find stocks that you see some sort of potential in. Use your own criteria, or you can use mine. There's no big deal, guys. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys learned something. So that's it. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Take care.